guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Chris and today we're diving into the brand new Seaweed palette by Prolux Cosmetics. This palette, guys, I'll be totally honest with you, I got it because it's purple. And on top of that, without looking at the inside of the palette yet, I assumed that it had something to do with the Little Mermaid. Well, as it turns out, the inside of this palette has beautiful colors and names that are inspired by the Little Mermaid. Prolux is a very affordable brand. I have bought their palettes before. This is one of my favorites. It's called Wild Thing. This is the color story. It is just a beautiful, gorgeous palette. So I really did have confidence in buying this one right here. Now, this one costs $20.99. It is made in China, has a 24-month shelf life, and it does contain pressed pigments. When you open up the palette, it looks like this. Oh, look how beautiful those colors are. And it does come with a rather large mirror that you can fold all the way back. In this palette, we have 13 eyeshadows and 22 pressed pigments. We have 6 shimmers and 29 mattes. Shadows are pigmented. They blend really nicely with each other. I was concerned with the dark mattes in this palette because when you swatch them, it feels rough compared to the other ones. For example, when you swatch Layer versus Bubbles, Bubbles is so smooth, it's buttery. This one, not so much. But in my item, I do use 2 dark mattes, and I can tell you, oh, absolutely stunning. Really, really happy with this formula, the performance, everything. Honestly, the only inconsistency that I see with this palette is just the feel, the actual textures of the shadows slash pressed pigments. That being said, let me go ahead and show you guys the pre-recorded swatches. Everything you see here is swatched 2 times. 2 times.
Okay guys, I have no idea why the audio got cut off while I was recording, but I was just talking about, like, in general, how the shadows look like, some of them at least, that they need to be built up.
But I do want to talk about this area right here because honestly, from the eye, they look so similar. So I went ahead and I swatched those side by side so you can see them. Honestly, I tried to get the best lighting as possible. Very similar to the Glam Light Street Taco palette. It's like looking really close. I feel like they could have made a better distinction between those shadows. They could have just turned one of those into a shimmer metallic. And that actually would have been such a beautiful color to make. But today, I used 11 out of the 35 shadows to create this look. I'm really happy with the way they came out. I was inspired by this look by my good friend Nerdy Girl Makeup. I'm gonna pop a picture of it right here and you guys can go ahead and show her love on her Instagram. So let me show you a few swatches right now. I'm gonna take Reputation. Let's take Eel, so pretty. And let's take Atlantica, a little bit rough like I mentioned. Let's take Sunset. This is a really pretty color. Alright. Here we go. These are the 4. This is 1, 2, oh, just gonna make that smooth. 3 and 4. I hate doing peeky swatches. Oops, I put a little bit of Atlantica with that one, but just wanted you guys to get an idea. I wanted to go back in with Eel so you guys can see what I mean in terms of the swatches being done twice. You can build up these shadows, which is really great. So let's dive into this eye look. Today, I am using 3 of the e.l.f. x J Kissa brushes and then 1 BH Cosmetics brush in number 9. I just use this to cut my crease. And then, of course, I do use a Profusion brush to just add some highlighter. I'll start off my eye look by putting down some Kylie Cosmetics Maple Concealer and patting it down with a Juno & Co. sponge. Using the blending brush from the collection, I'm going to dip into Dark Magic. Dark Magic is very pigmented, so if you're following me, I would highly suggest just going a little bit at a time, especially since it's a dark shadow. I went very little on my outer V and then onto my crease line. Using the same brush, I go ahead and I dip into Tentacles. Obviously, you guys know I had to dip into some purples today because this palette definitely flaunts a few beautiful purples. And I put that right above Dark Magic. Moving up in the palette, I go into Revenge, again with the same brush, and I put that right above Tentacles. So basically, I'm just going from dark to light, giving it a gradient look. Lastly, for the top of this, I lightly go into Banished. I just wanted to make the top really soft, so I wanted to use that light pink. Next, I cut my crease using the BH Cosmetics 9 brush. I don't do it all the way out into the wing, but I do it to the end of my actual lashes. Next, I use the J1 brush from the e.l.f. x J Kissa collection to pick up some shimmers, and I dip into Ocean's Ruler. This blue, you guys, Oh, it's so gorgeous. I put it down and honestly I thought I would have to build it up, wet my brush or going with a finger. That was not needed, and this is what you want in a palette. Don't get me wrong, I like to figure out if a palette could work because I don't like to waste my money. But this palette really made my job super easy. So next to Ocean's Ruler, I went ahead and I put Unfortunate Soul. I might be 100% biased because I love purple, but this purple, love when a brand can just nail a purple, especially because purple is not an easy color to make when it comes to makeup. The next color I dip into is Mythical. I just put it into the tiny portion that's left on my lid. For my inner corner highlight, I go into Wicked. Now, Wicked in the pan looks like it's gonna be a purple, but it's actually a really gorgeous highlight. And I was super excited to use this in the eye look, so I popped that in the inner corner of my eye and also my brow bone. In the same brush, I move on to my lower lash line and I pick up Polyps. Just like the rest of the shadows, it's pigmented, and I did sweep it from the back of my lower lash line all the way super close to the inner corner, but I did leave a little bit of room. Next, I dip into Eel. I lightly just run it under Polyps because I just wanted to soften up that line. And then lastly, for the remainder part of my lower lash line, that tiny little portion, I sneak in Guppy, which is that yellow. I honestly feel like it'll stand out a lot more on a white base or perhaps on a tackier base. It's still pretty and I can see it, so I'm not disappointed. Next, I take my Profusion highlighter brush and I went back into Wicked and I just picked that on my cheekbone because, hello, I needed a highlight. I forgot to put on highlighter, so I'm glad that this palette was able to fix that. Today I'm using the Violet Voss I Do Not Care lashes, and of course my Big Eagle Tarte mascara, as well as the Glam Like Calligrapher liner. That's it, you guys. That's the look that I created with the Sea Witch palettes. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Let me know if you think that this is worth $20, if you've ever tried Prolux, if you ever thought about trying their stuff. Let us know down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.